Look who we've got in the studio, my big bros, Tech and Ghost, right here on the Afronation Show. Anything to say?
Palm Wine Fest, 17th, Coco, 17th September, London. You ready? So come through.
Bang, bang.
Cheers. What is good, beautiful people? We are back and you're locked into the Afronation Show live on Westside 89.6 FM with your girl Gracey Mae and
SugaSpixe.
Now we have two very special guests in the building. They're my internet friends, and you know what? They're going to be my real life friends too.
Yes.
It's the one and only Show Them Camp.
We're now rocking with the SDC. It's the Show Them Camp. I'm a yes indeed. Let's go.
Cold nights, hold tight. Been waiting for this moment here my whole life. I used to think that money they control life, but these rich guys chasing on my own.
I was hoping you was gonna do that because if I'd done it, it would have been way more cringy.
Would that be cooler?
Yeah.
On all the records, it's women that do it.
Then you see,
Yeah.
You can have audition for the next album.
You can do it right now.
The pressure. Yeah, no, it's cool. I will audition, but sorry, you just said something there, Mr. Wale. First of all, welcome to the show. Wale Ghost, thank you so much for joining us. Next album.
Yeah, we're always working, man. So there's always something in the pot, something in the oven, that we're baking up right now.
Now, last time I spoke to you guys on a different platform, you told me that Palm Wine 3 was the last of the series.
Of that series, yeah.
Oh, but you are still
series.
okay, but you're still making.
We're still making sweet, beautiful music.
Okay, great. Because after we dropped, I was panicking, I was crying, I was hyperventilating. You know what? They call high blood pressure. Yeah, I was feeling it. Okay, so there is something cooking.
Yeah, there's a very special album we have that's coming very soon. I don't want to say when, but very soon. Very special album.
Are we talking a few weeks, few months?
Nah, I'll say it's more like maybe you might get a single.
Okay. Oh, so we get like a little taster just to kind of see what to expect.
First, yeah.
You got to be careful with dates these days.
Yeah, you can't predict anything. But yeah, no, it's very soon. Very soon.
I love that.
Now, you guys you don't live in London. You do live in London. You're hybrid. You're bi-coastal.
Right now, nobody knows where.
Yeah,
you're all over basically.
Yeah,
keeping up on the socials.
Yeah.
Today it's US, tomorrow it's Lagos. Next day you're here with us in London. But you're here for a very special reason. What's going on with you fellas?
Palm Wine Festival, 17th of October, September, sorry.
Yeah.
Coco, it's going to
Krimzz.
be madness. Camp Day is going to be madness.
Yeah.
Who's on the lineup?
Loads of special artists, Laddie Poe, Bodge, I was about to say Oxley.
Tommy Thomas.
I love the way you said that so subtly.
Tommy Thomas, the Caveman, the Caveman, there's Lady Johnny, Falana, Mologo, just loads of the Palm Wine gang, man. People who've been creating with Ajebota.
And the list just keeps going and going and going.
Wow.
I'm going to ask a special question. I'm going to shoot my shot here.
Tell me.
Can I open up for you guys?
Sure.
Can I wiki for you guys?
Let's go.
Wiki.
Can I wiki?
You can wiki.
Done. Love that.
It depends how early you're planning to open up.
Listen, I'll come early. I'll even help to set up.
Scream it.
Oh, yeah.
I will be there to set up.
Oh, yeah, no.
I'll even be there to pack up.
Oh, yeah, no.
I'm there.
So if you guys see anybody wikiing,
That's me. It's me, wiki.
It was arranged on this
I
day.
love that. Now, I'm really excited for Camden because I've actually been to Palm Wine in Lagos and in London a couple times, and the vibe is always lit, high energy. Your fans are kind of, I don't want to say crazy, but kind of crazy. I remember actually being in Lagos. One of these parks, I can't remember, Mary somebody park, I don't know, and they were singing the lyrics word for word every song. I was like, okay, song 1, song 2, song 10, song 15. It was crazy. And in London it's the same energy and the same love. So first question, where is your favorite place to perform?
Wow. I mean, to be honest with you, London is like an extension of Nigeria these days. It's like, you know, with everyone, this is like also a second home for us. So between London, Nigeria, and where is it now? In Canada. For me, it's like tied between Nigeria and Canada.
For me, it's London.
Come on! Number one.
For me, it's London because the first place that we took the music outside of Nigeria too. Like we went to London first, and obviously we lived in the UK for a while, went to school here. So coming back, and And at the time, for me, it's always mind blowing because when we left, we weren't hearing African music anywhere. So to be able to come back to London and hear it everywhere, it's in Starbucks. If you hear it,
Smart.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like for me, I know a lot of people are used to it because they've grown up in that era. But for me, we were millennials.
No, hold on. I'm a millennial, so we all can't be millennials. Sorry, continue.
For the millennial gang, we weren't used to it. Like it wasn't cool. At the time. Now it is. Now you're hearing it everywhere. So to come here and to have sold out shows here every time and to see people, like you said, singing the words back to us, for me, it's always very special.
Yeah, but London, that's what I'm saying. London feels like if you're in Nigeria for me, right home. It feels like you're right back at home. So like,
sorry, Grace, we weren't offended. Well, we weren't. You guys are rap royalty. Been in the game for over a decade.
Yeah.
Almost 2. Are we touching 2 yet?
Definitely not touching.
Well,
definitely not touching 2.
You said when you left, like Afrobeats wasn't what it is today.
Yeah.
It wasn't everywhere.
Yeah.
And you guys were pivotal, in fact, pioneers for a subgenre, a lifestyle, an aesthetic, a culture. A lot of people on the timeline will tell us that because mainstream have kind of absorbed the altered look and feel, that the altered scene doesn't really exist anymore. What are your thoughts on that?
I think it does. I think it's just, at a certain point in time, right, like the music it felt like it was one lane or one shape or one kind of way it could be presented. Then I feel like what our own, because we're rappers mainly, but our own like connection to Alter is the fact that we decided, okay, this is what everybody's doing, this is what we're doing, and we're taking our own lane and we're going to live and die by those decisions. This is our path, right? So the rest of the people that have come under that, they could be different sonically, but they've also decided to take their own path. They dress different, they talk different, their orientation is different, and I think that would always continue to happen. If now more of the mainstream artists are dressing Alter, the Alter people will reinvent again.
Right.
It's like you might see them putting shoe on their heads.
Screaming.
that could be a new way.
Wow.
You understand?
I don't want to know how you got there, but that's great.
We didn't set out to be Alter or anything. It's not like we decided, okay, this is what our sound is going to be, Alter or Afrofusion or whatever it is. Like we just did our own stuff, and it's something that's alternative from what the mainstream music was. So in terms of pioneering, I mean, we like to, like I said, we're glad to be part of the people who started being different, but pioneers.
Yeah, we are pioneers, we are originators, we are
of our own music.
The first people that went and stuck the flag on the ground and said we're doing something different.
Exactly.
And shout out everybody that's built on that and is even taking it to greater heights. That's what, at the end of the day, that's what music, that's what we, not even music in life, that's what we're here for. You understand? To be able to send the elevator down for the next people to come up and hopefully they get to bigger heights than us.
I love that.
Now, Burna Boy has been trending, sis. You've seen the videos? On a platform that we won't name because they're not Westside. And he said a lot about Afrobeats, African music lacking substance. And as a fan of your music, before I met either of you on the timeline or in person, the first time I met you, I was fangirling. Still am a little bit. What do you think of his comments? And do you agree that Afrobeats lacks substance?
I think, you want to go or should I take it?
We can both go. So.
Okay, yeah, so me, I think, the first thing I'll say is that if the shoe fits, wear it. That's the first thing. If your music does not have substance, then maybe you might personally take that attack directly. For me, the shoe doesn't fit, so you understand? Like, so it's not something. If you are talking, maybe it's everybody in the room, your head is big, and me and my head is not big. I'm not going to pay attention to that comment. I think and maybe in my opinion, I like to give people the benefit of the doubt. I think that there's 3 things to bear in mind. One is that Burna Boy has an album coming out, so that's the first part.
PR.
The second part is also that I don't really think he articulated what he wanted to say as clearly as possible. I feel a lot of music globally, not just in Nigeria, not just in Africa, doesn't really have substance. That's what it's pop music. So sometimes in general, you might have a song, Blow Your Whistle. That's what the song is about, and it's still going off.
Right.
But then there's always pockets of people that have content, have substance.
Yeah.
And to be fair to Burna, he's been one of those people for the longest time. From when he started, he's always tried to put some messages, whether it's Dangote and different songs, he's put messages in his music. But I don't think generalizing everybody and saying everybody, I don't believe that was his intention. And if it was his intention, I don't think it's right.
I mean, that point, the second point in terms of like, it's not as if we're here to like say, Yankees, you made my point, sorry.
Yeah. I think we've done records with Burna Boy as well, so again, like I don't think that, I feel at a time when you have a project coming out, everything you say at that point will be heightened. And people would take it in a different kind of way. And there's a lot of Nigerian music, and I don't mince my words, a lot of Nigerian music that doesn't have substance. But we are more about groove, we're more about vibe, we're more
Do you think
everything.
it's because of it's what he said, or it's because of it coming from Burna and the way he said it? I mean,
yeah,
is what he said wrong that Afro beats lack some substance? Because generally, like you said, all popular music lacks some substance.
That is true.
So if you're asking Sugar, you got my answer, and then I will give my thoughts.
Okay, I'm gonna give my thoughts. Obviously, it was a coincidence that he said all of that, given that his album. And I did say this before as well on air.
Yeah, you
And
did.
I'll say it to the camera too. No, I'm joking. But I do feel like it was a coincidence. And like you said, sometimes he does find it a bit not hard to articulate, but he doesn't articulate what he said, what he really wants to say well. Like, he's picking his words carefully because he doesn't want to call out certain people, because I think he knows who lacks substance, but he doesn't want to say it in a way where it's like, well, I don't want to offend this person just because maybe I want to work with them in the future. So that's why he's doing a whole generalization, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the point, because as somebody who's in popular music, he obviously works with people who he's talking about. You know what I'm saying? So, like, that's what I'm saying. So I don't understand that.
Yeah. And also as well, I think the thing is this, right? Like, I study music and I study human psychology a lot of times. There's a point where Kanye West will come and tell you that my album is the best album ever created in the history of man. And everybody will be like, what kind of arrogance is this? What's he talking about?
Yeah.
But then the thing is that a lot of people will say, let me even listen to the album to see what he's saying. Do you understand? And that's, you're actually going to stream the album to hear whether you think it's the best album in the history of man. I think at the end of the day, a lot of people by default, because I've been seeing, the feedback from the album. A lot of people say this album is amazing. A lot of people say it's not their favorite Burna album at all. But at the end, they are listening. And I think ultimately that debate of, I feel some people went, let me go and hear the substance he's even talking about, and they went to the album.
That's true.
So in the end, we're still discussing it. We're still discussing him. He's just went to #1 in the UK.
He did. Okay, so then my question follow up then, have you guys ever used controversy to make something sell?
No.
And how much of it has been true? Because I've seen the headlines.
No.
Headlines, show them camp headlines.
Maybe.
I don't think.
Don't go straight me out. Go on. Tech, sorry. I'll be calling you my name all instantly. My bad. Sorry, Tech.
That's cool. You got me there. I think that the thing is, for us, that's not our own sort of like path. Do you understand? Like, our own path has clearly been about the direction we are going and the people we're bringing along on that direction. So, like, it's the thing where every show that we've done, whether it's palm wine, whether even at the time when we used to get paid to do shows in Nigeria, local brands paying us for shows, we would always break bread with like 10 other artists and make sure we give that experience. So for us, it's really been about growing community. So it's not really I understand controversy as an angle, but it's not really our thing. But if a rapper should diss me, I'll happily diss him and promote.
Let them know. Let them know.
Yeah, because I don't remember you guys actually calling out Wiz when he said rap was dead in Nigeria. In fact, in our last interview, we're on another platform, you all said that might kind of be true.
No. I don't think he
Did he?
said. I don't think rap.
Wait, hold on.
Go on.
Did he say rap that might be true?
You were both there now.
What was it?
I didn't say that. Let me say it was very clear what I said. Okay, but I'm very, very clear on my words.
Yeah.
Right? I said that Wizkid said he does not listen to rap.
Yeah.
And the truth is, I'm a rapper. I barely listen to rap. Because I think that rap now and rap when I was really listening to rap, in my opinion, has changed. Whether for good or bad, I don't know, but it's changed in my own ears.
Do you think it's been a drastic change?
Yeah, I do.
I mean, I think as also earlier on we were listening as fans. Now you're listening as fans, but also as an artist as well. You're listening to different things. You're thinking about production. You're thinking about lyrics. And then earlier on in our stage as rappers, we're like listening to the song and thinking, oh my God, this is the greatest rapper ever. But it's changed.
Yeah, and I think Wiz is right. And that's what, to echo the point. I think Wiz is right to a point. I don't think that if it was a time where even when people say, okay, who are your best rappers? You say outside of Nigeria, you say Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, Drake. All those people are not this generation. Those guys are at least close to 10 years in now. So what is the current rapper that is at that level that's come recently?
That's a good question.
That's the truth.
Because
So
I actually
like,
don't know any
exactly. So I don't know. And again, the newer generation might say Lil Uzi Vert or someone like that, but I don't know. Like that's not my.
I think this kind of goes back to Burner's statement about Afrobeats lacking substance, and then kind of bringing it back to like how you guys said that certain other genres could lack some sort of substance. Not that all the way, but hearing you guys say that, saying that okay, rap's not how it used to be, it's different, and it's just like it's not like memorable. Could it be like lack of substance?
It could be lack of something. It could also be, and I'll say this, you know, before somebody gets mad listening on air. When I started listening to like Jay-Z, Nas, all these guys, all my uncles tell me, yes, but it's not Big Daddy Kane and Rakim and all these old guys too. You understand? So I also know it's the thing about age and eras. You understand? Somebody might come and tell you Travis Scott is the best rapper they've ever listened to.
Yeah.
Again, that's for his era and his time and his context, right? So again, I don't know if it's substance. I just know that like my own taste or palette for music,
it's definitely slightly different to somebody else's.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So obviously opinion can be subjective then.
Exactly.
So,
like music is only subjective.
yeah, so to each their own, you know.
Exactly.
Wow, it's crazy.
But boys have substance, so Buju has substance, Oxlade has substance. I'm even calling the guys in that particularly. Fireboy has substance. Who else? Omale has a lot of substance. In fact, substance wants to overworry himself. Just that. And then when you go to the women as well, Thames has substance. Tiwa, Ira, all of them. Just and so for Fave. Just like for me, the girl that's been sipping more alcohol, Libyanka, like all of them. But it's a real song. That's a real song telling you like how we really check for her. Just like I felt that one deeply when I heard it. You know, Lil J, all these guys. That's so.
Yeah, Lil J has lyrics, man.
Lyrics for days. Now the Headies just came and went in Atlanta. There's been controversy about why a Nigerian award is in America, but you know they've rebranded as per an Afrobeats award. I'm not going to ask you about that. Ghost just did a big sack.
I thought you said no politics.
That's why we're shooting through that.
Do awards still matter to you?
You know, my dad sent me a message. He was like, "We're gonna break the record for being nominated the most and never winning, never winning at the Headies." Yeah, I mean, it was a nice job. But it does matter. But I mean, in terms of like being recognized and your music being out there, it just shows that you know the work you put in matters and is recognized. And there are certain things that you want to check off your list. For me personally, I don't know about tech, but in terms of does it matter to me as an artist or as a human being? Not really. I mean, I like my music to be recognized and I like to get it out there, but it's more about my connection with my fans and building on that.
Yeah, and I mean your legacy speaks for you. The amount of artists that we've had in this show that quote you as an inspiration is definitely like, I guess, fruit of your labour. This year I was honoured to be part of the Grammy committee to put forward the proposal for the Best African Musical Performance at the Grammys, and we won, so we will have our very first awards this coming January. Are the Grammys in your eye line? Is it validation? Do we need Western validation, or is it just something that Burner's made popular and you're not too bothered about?
I think that, you know, for me, all awards, right, to a certain extent, I feel if we had awards at home, right, that truly took a glimpse at what everybody is doing, that truly sorts out a committee of people that are connected to every different form of music that we're putting out, and truly honored that, right? I would weigh that more personally than any foreign validation. That's just my own perspective on it. You understand? Like I think that to speak on the award, I'm really grateful that like they've deemed it fit to nominate us multiple times for awards. I think that it shows that somewhere in the process what we're doing is being recognized. I think that for the longest time, Nigerian awards, a lot of people didn't really place that much value to it. So I kind of see now that a lot more people are going to the Headies first of all, and even like playing their parts. I saw the speech Rema did at the Headies talking about supporting our own. I feel that in my opinion, I think it's also about supporting your own, but figuring out supporting those especially that are your own, that have supported you before. You understand? So for me, it's the artists that consistently show up to all our shows, that consistently perform at all our shows, that come when we call them to feature on albums, that that come from Amsterdam to do the music video on the day of the, that to me is what support looks like. And I think that like ultimately at the end, I personally would like to be remembered more. That okay, this guy DEM CAMP brought all these guys along and did that, than winning like 1 or 2 headies. In terms of the Grammys, what I would say is that like I would love to win a Grammy, but the reason why I would love to win a Grammy is because I know that the money that I'm going to bill people for this
Come
show
on.
next will go up. I'm telling you now, I'm being real. Like everything, when you go out in this world, is a currency, right? You go out and say Grammy nominated this person or Grammy award winning this person. You can leverage that for benefits for yourself. That's the truth, and so using that, I feel like it would only make our ministry in what we are trying to do be bigger. So yeah.
Speaking about headies, though, didn't it start off as a hip hop awards?
Yes, from Hip
I think
TV, right?
So I think from Hip TV. I'm not sure about with the growth of the music in Africa and in the country as well. Like I don't think it's been difficult to when, like you said, like getting people who are prevalent in all these different aspects of the genres. I mean, because it started off as a hip hop award, but when it was a hip hop award, I think it was quite an esteemed award to have, and it still is because it's still growing, I think, and that's why it's trying to go to Atlanta and everything. So we'll get there. Yeah.
16 years.
But there needs to be. I'll just say this as the last thing. There needs to be an award show in Nigeria that recognizes Nigerian, or even in Africa, or Nigeria, that recognizes our music in a true way and it's on our continent, in our place. I know Eddie's tried to do that, and I'm sure there's different reasons why they shifted to Atlanta and all these places now.
Investment.
But I think as well. Like,
no, it's true.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I think that the quality of the award show, I think, can also be something back at home, can also be world class, because I've seen it in the fashion world where they do Lagos Fashion Week, or they do Artex and all these other platforms in different places. I've seen the quality of those particular events, and I think music can have something similar as well back home.
Sound City, we're looking at you. VGMAs, we're looking at you. Even MTV AMAs, we're looking at you. Get that quality up. I was going to talk about, none of the females getting awarded on stage, given the fact that you work with a very prominent female. But I think it might be time for another song.
It is. Would you mind introducing this next one?
It's with somebody that I love, and somebody that you just spoke about, coming from Amsterdam straight to the streets. Wait, sorry, you talking about us? I was there too. I also came straight from Amsterdam to the shoot. But anyway, what's the name of the song? Please introduce it for our listeners.
Mine Alone, featuring Oxlade, DEM CAMP, Palm Wine 3. Let's go.
True say a bad man was never too good at algebra, but our first date just broke the hex. When I took your number and we cracked the formula of reasons why you should replace my ex.
Yes, people. I enjoyed that. I love that song. Now, obviously, off air, Gracey was just saying that the people in Europe were really loving the song and really getting into it and whatnot. But obviously, I love the song. You guys love the song. Gracey loves the song. But unfortunately, we have actually come to the end of enjoying all your songs.
Well, not forever. Not forever. Please. Just for this show. Just for this show.
Let me tell you something, great things come at the end. This was the last song we added to the album, and see how amazing it is. So.
You see?
In fact,
the end is always sweet.
I was there when Oxy called. I was like, guys, I need this song on the project. We've recorded too many bangers. And you guys were gracious enough to let us have this one. So.
I love that. I love that we can end on a fun fact as well. So now, obviously, for the new fans like myself and the people listening in, where can we find you on the socials?
Everything at DEM CAMP.
Everywhere.
SHOWDEM CAMP.
DEM CAMP. So you're on TikTok, Twitter, Insta,
X. I mean, they call it X.
X. Elon Musk,
Instagram.
Threads.
Yeah, Instagram, Threads, Snapchat.
This is exactly why I still call it Twitter, because this X business, anyways.
It's because you said Threads and I just remembered I'm not threaded.
See, this is why we just stick to the basics.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? You know, so where can we find your music as well?
Music everywhere. DEM CAMP, Palm Wine Music. Check it out. Palm Wine Music, like 4 volumes actually now of amazing music, amazing artists. You know, we've always been there to like bring up the next generation of amazing talent. So some of your favorites, you find them on there.
Yeah, the real culture custodians. You know,
that.
Before, you know, we spoke about hearing Man Alone in Europe and everything else. We can actually see you live in London.
Live in London, Palm Wine Fest, September 17th. Coco Camden. It's going to be crazy.
What time do doors open?
Doors open at 6 p.m.
We're going to be on
8 p.m.
We're going to start
no African time. We're actually there at 8. You understand?
I'm there at 5.
You understand? She's doing fiki.
I'm there.